Today I want to talk about being an emo. When I wrote my album Red, which is available on my merch store in CD form, hint hint, I wanted to write an album that was filled with pop songs and acoustic songs and had a lot of emotion in it and a lot of passion in it. And as a result of that, a lot of the songs that went on this album are super emotional. There are three songs that I think are three songs that made it onto this album particularly bring out the inner emo in me. So I thought I would just go through them. In track listing order, the first one is Miss You. Miss You is simply a song about missing someone, but knowing that you can never go back to the time and the place and the situation that you miss. So I wrote this with Ben Matravers, who's one of my best friends, and produced the album. We could both draw on some of our own personal experiences for this song. There is the original demo of this song already online, so I'll put a link to that below. It's very, very stripped. We wrote it just on piano, and the studio version has a lot of other different things going on, like guitar and synth and some drums, and it's very cool. But I do love both versions, so if you do get a chance, please go and listen to the original demo, and I'll pop the link for the album below so you can check out the studio version as well. My favourite thing about Miss You is probably the lyrics, because the way that we wrote it is so literal. There's not many metaphors in there, and metaphors are something that I usually use a lot in my songwriting, but Miss You is just like, this is what happened, this is where we're at, this is how I feel, and I really like the sort of realness of that. My favourite part of Miss You is probably the first verse, or the first few lines, just because it really sets the tone for the whole song, and we ended up using those few lines to finish the song as well. I do really, really like this song. This is the one that's one of the most emotional / emo songs to play live on tour. Wrong place, wrong time, and now you'll never be mine. And it's just about long enough ago I found a new way to let go, but you keep barging back into my mind. The second most emo song on this album is Without You. So Without You is an interesting one because it's supposed to be happy, really. It's about being in love. I wrote this about the love of my life, and it's a true story, if you like. Again, it's quite a literal one. There are quite a lot of metaphors in there, so it's not quite as literal as Miss You, but it's basically about how we met and just sort of saying in a poetic way that I don't feel like I'd want to live without her. And now I feel really shy. I wanted to make it a story. I think it's really good when a song is storytelling and really takes you through the journey of whatever it is that the song is about. I wanted to kind of bring it full circle and talk about how when we're old, if one of us dies first, I know this is really morbid, but if one of us dies first, how that's going to be really sad for the other one. I don't know how I managed to make quite a happy, romantic song really sad, but I did. It's the inner emo coming out. I wrote Without You by myself at home. It didn't take that long to write, just one of those songs that I think had been brewing for a long time, and certainly I'd been thinking about the concept for a long time, but yeah, this is my favourite part of Without You. I don't know why I said bonjour, but I'm so glad I did, 'cause all the years that followed are worth a million moments feeling stupid. So the next song, I'm being attacked by my own hair. Excellent. The next most emo song on the album is Everything Will Be Okay. Everything Will Be Okay is, or at least starts, as one of the most stripped songs on the album. The bridge in this song is quite experimental and goes off into some other place, but the majority of the song is very self-deprecating. The lyrics read as very pathetic in a way, and that is just how I was feeling at the time. So I wrote this with a great songwriter called Hattie Murdoch. Kind of took the bare bones of the idea to her, and then we fleshed it out as a full song. She's a great songwriter, and if you get a chance to check out her stuff, she puts out her own original music under the artist name Hattie. I'll put a link below. We were actually in a songwriting session with Ben Travers. He had to go out for a couple of hours to do something. I can't remember what it was, but I said to Hattie, should we just write another one really quick in the space that he's gone? And this is what we came up with, and it is one of the first songs that I thought, yeah, this definitely needs to go on the album. You turn the lights on, show me that I'm safe, and everything will be okay. It's sort of about the realisation that somebody saying to you, everything will be okay, whether it is going to be or whether it's not going to be, just having someone who loves you say everything will be okay does make a big difference, or it did to me at the time. From what I can remember, we wrote the whole song in the space of about an hour, and you know, it's just one of those ones that flowed out, but we had to tweak the lyrics over the course of a couple of months. Basically, in the beginning, the lyrics were really quite complicated and said a lot of things about a lot of different things. There are loads of different situations where somebody might say everything will be okay to you, and we'd come to write this song and brought our own experiences into this song, and it just got a little bit confused because we were both talking about a few different situations in which somebody had said to us everything will be okay. So we did tweak the lyrics over the course of a couple of months. By the end, it came out as a song which has a very simple meaning, which is what it's, you know, that's what it's supposed to do. I think that has helped people be able to relate to the song and interpret the song in their own way. As I say, the studio version is very different to the stripped back version, and that's been one of my issues for a long time, is that if writing pop songs and doing pop production, or writing acoustic folky songs and having sort of stripped back production, if either of those things felt unnatural to me, that would be great because I think people have found it hard to sort of box me as an artist and really say, this is Hannah Trigwell and this is what she does, because I do a whole bunch of things. Like the last track on this record, You Never Really Noticed, is so experimental and kind of flits between different genres, and I absolutely love the song. And the production style and the mix and everything just felt right for me and for the song. But then I compare that to other things that I've written, like Never Gonna Do That Again, which is, you know, very simple and acoustic guitar driven. So yeah, that's been an interesting kind of path to carve. The album as a whole is definitely an amalgamation of acoustic music and pop music. I'm really glad at how it's come out. I'm super proud of this. There are CDs available, but the whole album is also available on online sites like Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, all those ones. And if you want to check that out, that would be awesome. Please let me know what you think. If there are any glaringly obvious songs that you think I've missed off my emo songs on the album list, please let me know, and I'll see you all next time.